guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we have the boo thing. Say hey.
Good morning or good afternoon.
Oh, he's so professional, y'all. This is going to be a laid back Q&A. So I've been receiving some questions that I decided that it would be best for both of us to answer. And yeah, let's get started. You ready? Mm-hmm. Okay. All right now. Okay. So the first question was, or is, when and where did you all meet? You want me? You can answer. You want me to answer?
You can answer.
No.
You can answer.
Okay. We met 2 different times, okay? This is my version. My version is we first met in, previous year. What was it? 2013? Mm-hmm. But we both were in relationships. Ooh, sorry. Okay, so we met at a mutual friend's house. He didn't pay me any mind. I didn't pay him any mind. Fast forward to 2-3 years later, we start working at Wyndham. Shout out to Wyndham. Matchmaker. And I worked at the front desk. He was a sales representative. And he still ain't pay me no mind, y'all. I think because I didn't care. I don't know. Why didn't you pay me any mind?
I was still in a relationship.
Oh, yeah. He was still in a relationship. Yeah. So maybe that's why. Yeah, he loyal, y'all. He's one of the ones where black men don't cheat.
Everybody knows black men don't cheat.
Right.
Y'all saw that. We met at work.
Right.
Okay. So our next question was, this is a good question. What was your first impression of the other person? You can go first because I know his answer, y'all. Go ahead. Tell him what you first thought of me.
I thought she was cool. She was just real shy. She didn't really talk too much. And our interactions weren't really much at the time just because of where I worked. You know, I would kind of come in and then go straight to work. She gonna tell y'all something different. She gonna tell y'all that I thought she was raggedy.
He did.
She wouldn't listen. So when we was at work, she would come to work and she'd be out all night the morning before. So she would come to work and kind of just be there. So she wasn't really dressing in what y'all see now. I wasn't seeing at the time.
Well, we also had to wear a uniform, like these blue polos. And I think we had to wear like black pants. I don't know what kind of shoes I had. Y'all, I was raggedy because I think I was still wearing polo boots because I just didn't care. Like, in my mind, I wasn't there to impress. I was there to get a check.
Yes. Period. 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 Period.
Yes. All this. He thought I was raggedy. But my first impression, I'm gonna just be flat out honest with y'all. I thought he was an asshole.
Damn.
Yeah, you right.
I thought he was because, number one, he didn't pay me any mind. He would ask other people if they wanted breakfast. He wouldn't even ask me.
You wasn't talking to me.
Trifling. Next question.
Serious ways.
Where was your first date? You remember our first date?
We did it was in DC. We went to DC. Where did we go? We went to the museum. So it was like March of 2016. It was like March of 2016. So we ended up going to the museum. I was trying to be, frugal at the time. You know what I mean? Trying to be real,
Cheap.
Not cheap, but frugal. You know what I mean? We ended up going and we went to the museum. I wanted to explore DC and kind of like really just be a tourist, even though I'm from here. So we went to DC. We did that. Then what else we do? We went and we did the bike ride. So like you get in the back. Y'all seen Rush Hour? So that part on Rush Hour where they like sitting in the back of and they was in China and they sitting like in the back of the bike thing with a dude driving the bike and you sitting on the back of it. We did that. That was cool. So we was riding around the city doing that. And we was just cool. We was having a lot of fun, just checking out the museum, being tourists.
Yeah, that was our first date. It was really fun.
Yeah.
Did you feed me though?
I thought we did get some.
I don't think he fed me, y'all. Next question. How long was it before you all made it official?
I'll let her answer that one.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest. We dated for like a year and a half, right? Like a year and a half we dated. In my mind, that was my man. But to be honest, we dated.
Right.
We did date. Babe, I can still see you in the camera.
I know.
I can see you.
I know, that's fine. I'm just saying.
We dated,
Right.
you know, but he was mine.
That's
but
what
we
she
dated.
said, right.
We dated.
But I was not.
He was honest.
I was honest, right.
He did
I told the
tell
truth.
me that he was emotionally unavailable. But ladies, let's be honest. When you hear that, and see, I like a challenge. So I was like, okay, I'm emotionally unavailable too. But that was my man. But yes, we dated for like a year and a half. And we finally made it official like September of 2017. Did you say that? Like Puerto Rico, when we went to Puerto Rico. So I think that was like 2017.
Yeah, 2017.
So yeah, so we dated for like a year and a half until we made it official, which was cool because that gave me time to like really, you know, learn myself, train him to be the man that I need him to be.
Train?
Okay, y'all, I'm just playing, y'all. I'm just playing. Yes, but
I came in this way.
Oh, Lord.
I did.
Okay.
I didn't.
Hold on, let me sip a little.
I came this way.
He was okay. You came this way, babe. Give me a kiss. When did you realize you wanted to spend the rest of your life with each other? Oh, that's a good one. You can go first.
I'm going through like some hard times financially, and like she didn't change. You know what I'm saying? Like she didn't change. So like I had already knew, I had been praying on it, you know, before, and I asked God, like, you know, if she's the one, make it plain for me. And, you know, I was like, don't leave me with no guessing games. I don't want, like, nothing in the back of my mind, anything. And so, you know, he made it plain when I was going through a hard time. She didn't change. She had my back. Because, you know, at one point in time, I was, you know, good financially, doing things like that. But then I went through, like, a job loss, stuff like that. And she, you know, stayed right there. She stayed true. And I knew, like, at that time, I remember texting her since it was, like, January or February of 2018. And by this time, it had been like maybe like 2 or 3 months since I had lost my job. And I talked to her sister, and I was like, look, you know, shout out to Keyshawn. I was like, hey, you know, can we get her, you know, I'm gonna ask your sister to marry me. I want you to get her a ring size. And I just knew, like, you know, based on how she was treating me throughout that time, like I knew pretty much she would have my back. If anything happened, you know, it was important to me that a person that would, you know, have my back, a woman that would have my back and really, you know, look towards me and really take care of me.
Sweet. When did I realize, you know what, I'm gonna take it back. We just started dating. This may be a lot, but we were out doing us, having fun, and my phone kept like going off, right? So if you're from like the Southern Maryland area, and if you are familiar with like how far the National Harbor is from, or Fort Washington, Oxon Hill, is from La Plata, then you will understand like, okay, this guy really digs you. So my grandmother, she just had a stroke. And we were on a date, and my phone kept ringing, and my sisters were just blowing up my phone like, where are you? I'm like, what's going on? And they said that grandma just had a stroke. So I was like, oh my God, I'm all frantic. I'm on a date. I think this was probably like our 3rd or 4th date. Mm-hmm. And he was driving. So I'm like, I gotta get to the hospital. So he volunteered, y'all. Cause in my mind, I'm like, okay, I gotta go back to my car, drive from Fort Washington all the way to La Plata with all of this on my mind, not knowing the ifs, ands, or buts on what was going on with my grandmother. All I know is that she suffered a stroke, right? So he was like, I'll drive you. I'll take you to the hospital to see your grandmother. Like, it is what it is. So he drove from Fort Washington to La Plata. I think it was like 9 o'clock at night or 8 o'clock at night. It was dark. Yeah. And he drove, y'all. Never been to La Plata before. No. And he drove, and I was like, wow, because he could have honestly been like, oh no, this girl got a lot going on, this only the 4th date, I ain't even her man, like, you know, I'll just drop her off to her car, she'll figure it out. But he didn't. And that's when I realized, like, okay, something special about him. And I was intrigued, and I was like, okay, let me see what's in store for us. You know. All right, next question. What's your favorite thing about the other person?
You can go.
Okay. His drive. Like, the physical, I love the physical. I love everything about him physically. But mentally, like, y'all, when I first met him, I will tell my friends, like, I used to brag about how mentally he reminds me of Tupac and T.I. I used to compare his mind. Like, he was like, I remember being on the phone one night, we just started talking, and I was like, what's something that you like to do for fun? Like, what's your hobbies? He said, I like to read books. And I was like, you like to read books? Like, you know, that is not a norm. Let's call a spade a spade. That is not a norm. So when he said, I was like, okay, what type of books you like to read? And he just started breaking down like like self-development books, like autobiographies. And I was like, oh my God. And you know, coming from where I come from, I was like, this man reminds me of Tupac and T.I. Like, and it's crazy because I still tell people that, like, when they say, what's Dre like? Tupac and T.I. Like, the mental is like that. And I think that's why I respect him, number one, as a man, number two, as a black man, and number three, as my soon-to-be husband, because I know that our foundation is set. And I know that our children, our future children, will know what to expect in this world. And they know not to take, you know, what we give them for granted. Like, they will know the true value of $1. Okay,
yeah.
your time.
Appreciate
Sorry.
that,
I was about to start reaching up in here.
She's a God-fearing woman, like, truly. Like, a lot of, you know, you meet people, especially when you dating and you courting, you know, you meet a lot of people and they talk a good game, and, you know, everybody put in their best presentation when you first meet them, you know, but time and time again, like, you know, meeting a woman that could pray for you or pray for me personally was big, you know what I'm saying? And then just the ability to be able to just kick back and have fun. Like, that was important to me, to be able to have fun. I'm a fun-going person. I like to have fun. I like to kick back. I like to work hard, but I like to play hard too. So yeah, just that. And that was the biggest thing for me, like, really just being a God-fearing woman and knowing she's gonna pray for my house. And, like, moving forward, I know that it's something that I can really entrust in her to be able to do. Because a wise woman builds her house up. And so I knew that was something that I really, really needed and I was looking for. You know what I'm saying? And she was just loyal. That was another thing that was big for me. Like, the loyalty factor was huge for me because I had been in previous situations where the loyalty was tested a lot. So, like, here I knew that she was going to be loyal to me. I knew I had a part to play in that as well, obviously. But, like, as long as I did my part, she would do hers. And so I was big off of that, you know, because the God principles was big for me.
That was good, babe. Give me a kiss.
As you can see, she like a lot of attention.
You all get engaged.
So what happened was, I knew I bought the ring, like I told y'all earlier, like this was early in the year, this like January of 2018. So I let her sister know, I'm like, look, we need to get the ring size. Her sister get right on it. But then like a month, she get the ring size, send it to me. And like previously I had asked her, like, you know, if we had ever wanted to get, you know, ever got married. This is probably like 2017. I asked her, I was like, so we ever got married? You know, what type of ring would you like? And, you know, of course, she didn't thought about that. You know, ladies, y'all think about that from the time y'all 7 years old. So she didn't thought about this. It ran it through her mind a million times. And so she told me the ring. And so I went and I wrote it down. But then from that point forward, like, you know, it was kind of like a touch of it. I still wasn't sure. Like I said, I was still praying on the situation. And so when I realized it was going to be it, I bought the ring and I didn't tell anybody. The only person I told was my cousin Steve. Shout out Steve. He was the only person that I told because he was with me when I bought the ring. And so that December it was matter of fact it was Christmas Eve. So every Christmas Eve, me and my family get together on my mother's side. My mother got a huge family. We get together, and so I'm telling her, I'm like leading up to it. I'm like, look, you know what I mean? Things kind of tight this year. I ain't really be able to do nothing. This, that, and the third. And so I know that she's thinking like, he ain't gonna give me nothing for Christmas.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, yeah, you know, things kind of tough, X, Y, Z, yada, yada. And so I knew, like, initially I didn't want to propose on, like, Christmas. But given everything that was going on around us, you know, at the time, it was, like, the perfect scenario. And so the Christmas day, I came over to her family house.
Late.
I was late. I remember telling my mom. So I'm talking to her. And I'm like, look, Ma, you know, I'm going to propose. Then the third, she was like, all right, good. Because I hadn't told nobody I was going to do it. People knew I had the ring, but I didn't tell nobody no plan on how I was going to do it. So I just woke up, told my mother, told my sister, and they were like, all right, cool. Let me know how it goes. And so I get here, I get to, you know, their folks' house. I get to her, you know, her family house. And I tell her stepfather, I'm like, you know, Mr. Skip, I'm about to propose. Her brother's there, her family's there. She's real big on family. So I knew, like, her family being there would be cool. And so I get there and I'm like, I'm about to propose, and I just got down and did it. Y'all check hand on it.
He stayed
or
down.
On it.
He was down, and I ran around the corner. I was like, Lord Jesus, I'm getting hot. I'm about to faint. Like, what is going on?
Right then and there.
Yes, I was shaking like booty meat. Like,
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
but it was beautiful though. I wouldn't even change like how he did it, because like he put so much thought in it, and no one knew, because my family, they are talkers. Okay? So when I say there was not a dry eye in the house, like including myself with the ugly cry, but it was just really beautiful. And you know, it's one of those days where you know, you want to be engaged and you think about it, but you never know when, the time, nor the day is going to be. And we've been through a lot, like, but it was fun. Our journey has been fun. Like, I can't even complain about this man right here, because granted, we have our disagreements, but I can honestly say that the good definitely outweighs the bad. Like, it's not even like right here, it's kind of like up here, you know what I'm saying? So who said I love you first?
Who y'all think?
Babe, I think you did.
That's not true.
Okay, who said it?
You.
I didn't say that.
You did.
Babe, what I say?
I love you.
I said it flat out like that.
Yeah, you was like, I think I love you. You was on the phone.
Babe, I think you said that though.
Okay.
I said that first?
Yeah.
I said it first?
Yeah. So this is a true story.
Oh, okay.
So this is like, she's come, like at this point in time, I introduced her to my mother. So my mom sees her, and my mom sees us like, so my mom type person, I don't know how everybody else's mother is, but my mother type person, if you come into her house, like when you leave the house, she's always gonna look at you leave the house. Like, that's like a flat, that's just what she does. And so she told me, she was like, this is before she said anything. She was like, that girl love you. And I'm like, what? Like, how you get to that? And she was like, I'm telling you, like, the girl love you. And then, like, probably, I think I told her that story, like, a month later. And then you was like, yeah, I do. That's what happened.
That's probably true. That's probably true. But when he told me, I was like,
that's what happened.
Like, Lord, like, how she know that? But, I mean, that's the truth. But I was nervous on saying it. What's one funny memory you have about the other person?
Oh, that's a good question. A funny memory? I don't know. You go. Let me think about it.
Okay. The first funny memory was Dre decided to go to an amusement park for one of our dates, right? And if you know me, I'm terrified of heights. I do not want to die or get stuck on roller coasters. But during that time, and see, I'm a competitive person, and I don't want nobody to view me as no punk. So it was like, yeah, especially him. And I'm still trying to impress this man. So he was like, let's get on all the roller coasters. I'm like, all the roller coasters? So leading up to the day.
And nobody's in the park. This is like a random Tuesday or something.
Nobody was in the park. And that night before we left, I could not sleep. Because I'm like, God, do I flake out on this date? Like, do I say I'm sick? But then I don't want to end up being sick for real. So I was like, all right, it's game time. It's game time. Let's just do it. So, God funny though, because it was nobody in the park. So we didn't have any long lines. So I couldn't even like prepare myself to even like get on these rides. And
she got pictures too.
I got pictures, y'all. I got videos. Like, when I say, and at that time, my locks were probably like this long. But my new growth was like real bad. Like, the new growth is bad now. But the new growth was bad because I was sweating bullets. And we got on one ride, the Superman. And they just turned the Superman ride into like a virtual ride. So you got to put these goggles on, right? So I'm like, Lord Jesus, I'm terrified. And Dre is sitting next to me. I didn't know how small the seats were. So we sitting next to each other. His glasses aren't working. My glasses are working, y'all. But I'm like, I had my eyes closed the entire time, tucked up. When I say I was tucked up underneath his underarms, I was tucked up underneath his underarms. But you could still feel the drops. Ride over, I made it through. I said, thank you, Lord, it's over. Dre, on the other hand, was like, no, I want to go again because my glasses didn't work. I said, nah, player, you got that.
I remember that.
You got that, player. Because this, I can't do it no more. My stomach started hurting. Like, I couldn't do it no more. I just couldn't do it anymore. He like, no. And then the second time, what was my second funny memory? It was another date, Puerto Rico. Now it's funny.
This story is funny.
Now it's funny, but at the moment, y'all, so Dre was like, the one thing that I want to do, or two things I want to do when we get out here is zip lining and jet skiing. So I'm like, Lord, zip lining, y'all already know I don't do heights, but I did it anyways because I'm like, I love this man. God, watch over the kid, okay? Did that. The funnest experience ever. My helmet fell off, but it was still fun. It was fun. So next day we went, or was it the same day?
It might have been the same day.
Might have been the same day. We did the jet skis. So Dre is a daredevil. And I'm on the back like, woo, having fun. And the instructor was like, okay, you guys can do whatever you want to do now. So Dre took it in his mind that he is now an expert and a professional jet ski driver. When I say this man, we started driving. Dre started doing circles. Like, what are they called? I guess it's circles or donuts in the water. I don't know. When I say I flew off the back of the jet ski in slow motion, it felt like I was saying no in slow motion. And I'm a swimmer. I can swim. But at that current time, everything, I forgot how to swim, y'all. I thought I was drowning. I thought I saw a shark. I thought my life was ending. I'm like, I do not want to die in Puerto Rico. It was right before the hurricane. I said, Lord Jesus. At that time, I was pissed. I was so pissed. It was best funny now. But at that moment,
That would be mine too. That's when I was thinking
that's
about.
Yours. Johnny was scared.
Yeah, that was funny.
All right.
You made it.
We did make you. Thank you, Lord. It's our last question, babe.
All right.
And be honest. Because I know the truth. I know the answer to this. Who initiated the first kiss?
Me.
Thank you.
I'm
for being honest.
Yeah, I stand up on that.
Okay, where was our first kiss though?
In the back of that little. This is the first date. It's the back of the little bike joint we was in. Yeah, I remember.
That
I don't know why you did it.
And he kissed me on my cheek. I got a picture on my Instagram, y'all. He kissed me on my cheek. And yeah, but that's not what I was about to say.
What was you about to say?
I was about to say we just did the little trampoline.
Oh, yeah, we went to like Sky Zone.
Yeah,
but it wasn't Sky Zone.
Sky Zone. It's called trampoline.
I don't know, trampoline.
Something.
Something
It was
in
in Virginia, yeah. And my hair was too short to be put in a bun, right? So I used to have them little scrunchy things that make your bun. And so I'm like, Lord, this was the worst hairstyle ever because I'm supposed to be jumping and my bun gonna come apart. And he gonna really see how long my hair is. Like,
Why she worried about that?
Yeah. So we in the car, and this was awkward. The kiss was not awkward, but where we were was awkward. In the car talking, he probably don't remember this, but in the car talking, and he leans over and he kisses me. But it was awkward because the way that the seats were positioned, he just went all in. Because, you know, I look good. Scratched the whole raggedy thing. He knew I looked good from the beginning. Period. I did not look raggedy, okay?
She didn't look raggedy. She didn't look raggedy. Like, I don't want y'all to think she coming over holes in her t-shirt and her.
Right, I did not. My shirt was iron.
Yeah, I mean.
Okay, maybe not. Maybe not all the time.
It was, but I'm saying it wasn't nothing like that. It was just.
I wasn't raggedy.
She wasn't raggedy.
It was just, okay, for my lock
She wasn't what you see right now. Put it that way.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
From what I can see from my perspective.
Right.
It's early morning. I'm coming in there. It wasn't that.
Right. It was 7 o'clock in the morning, y'all. But he's.
And I wasn't really paying attention too much in the beginning. I was in the situation, so I wasn't paying attention too much.
But you got ass.
I do. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't entertaining nothing for real. You know
he really wasn't, though. He really wasn't entertaining. He wasn't checking for moi at the time until we had that Christmas party.
Right.
And Shorty came in with a blue, like a little, ooh, my finger got stuck. I came in with like a, is it royal blue? Like a royal blue dress. And I probably was, and some printed shoes. Some printed heels, and they were bad. They were like 6 inches. I walked up in that thing like, what up, and at that time, my locks were still,
I thought you was a different person. Who was that?
When I say his head was tight, he was was checking for.
I definitely was like, who's that?
Yeah, and I knew I had him, but I was like, couldn't be thirsty at the time. Couldn't be thirsty, y'all, because you know why must I chase the cat? Because he wanted me. That's why. He initiated the first kiss. And now look at him. Still kissing on me.
She stuck around, so I figured she wanted to be here.
Oh, he gon'...
That's what happened. I'm saying we kept going out on dates.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, don't try to act like you wasn't interested in me. And now...
I had a lot. Listen, the funnest time... Most definitely, 100%.
Thank you. And we got 100 years to go, y'all.
100 more years to go.
We gonna be married. And y'all write this down, okay? We're gonna be married for 100 years, okay, Dre? Thing to say? You got any like relationship advice for these?
Nah, man. We just working. We not like the. I don't know a whole lot about it. I'm just figuring out like a lot of other people.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
But we figuring out with fun. Like we're being. Does that make sense?
Yeah, fun. I mean, yeah. You gotta have fun with it. You only gonna chance it. Nobody's getting out of this life alive, so you gotta have fun with it. You know what I'm saying? So.
Okay. Well, that's all of our questions, guys. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my channel.
A lot more in store.
A lot more in store, guys. Like, for real. I'm just, this is fun. Like, I like talking. I like being around people who I love. I like, letting people into my world. So, make sure you follow my Instagram, my Twitter page, ask questions, DM me if you have any questions, or if you just want to chat. I'm open, I'm cool, I'm chill, relax, whatever. Stay blessed. Yeah. She love me for